Assalamu Alaikum, everyone. Welcome to the second episode of The Bench of Insight. I'm your host, Khadija, and today we're going to be talking about dua. So let's get started. So Allah is Al-Kareem, the most generous. In fact, He is too shy to leave His servant empty-handed after they have made dua, after they have called upon Him. In fact, Allah is the one who motivates us to make dua. So when you make dua, that's actually your Lord calling you to call upon Him. In fact, Allah gets angry when you don't make dua because He loves it when we make dua. He loves it when we call upon Him. He says He is near, and He says when we call upon Him, He will respond. Oh, He's not hearing my dua, I feel like giving up. That's not correct. Allah hears all of our duas. Remember, He's Sami, the all-hearing. Maybe the reason that your dua is not getting accepted is because there's wisdom behind it. Remember, Allah Azza wa Jal is the all-wise. Maybe the thing that you're asking for is not good for you. So Allah is protecting you from something that is bad for you, and He wants to give you something that is better. Remember, human beings, we think we know everything, but we don't. Maybe the thing that you're asking for is not good for you. Remember, Allah knows what's good for us and He knows what's bad for us. He's Al-Alim, the all-knowing. In fact, He says, perhaps you love something that is bad for you, and perhaps you hate something that is good for you. So you should actually be happy if Allah's not giving you what you want, because maybe He actually wants to give you something better, and He's protecting you from something that is harmful. So be grateful. Okay, my second point is that you have to have sabr when you make dua. What is sabr? Sabr is patience. We have to remember that even the prophets did not get their duas accepted immediately. Remember Musa alayhi salam, he was in Egypt for a very long time. His people were slaves. He had to deal with the Pharaoh, and his dua did not get accepted immediately. But eventually Allah freed him and his people from the hands of the Pharaoh. Well, look at Yusuf alayhi salam, Joseph, peace be upon him. He was thrown into a well by his brothers. Then he was accused of a crime that he didn't commit, and he had to serve time in prison. But eventually Allah answered his dua. And his father, Yaqub alayhi salam, his father cried and cried and cried to the point where he lost his eyesight. He became blind because he wanted to be reunited with his son. And eventually his dua was accepted. But it took years and years and years. And he didn't give up. In fact, he said that he's going to have beautiful patience. He admitted that he was going to have sabr. He knew the importance of trusting in his Lord and being patient. If a person makes dua and they say, oh, I made dua and Allah did not answer me, their dua is most likely to not get accepted because they're looking at Allah in a negative way. You don't think that your Lord can give you what you want. You don't think that your Lord is generous. Astaghfirullah. You believe that your Lord is stingy. But there's nothing that Allah can't give you. It's just a matter of waiting and a matter of having patience. Okay, you also have to look into the mirror. Do you have bad habits? Are you abandoning your obligations as a Muslim? Because sins can actually stop your dua from being answered. Because how do you accept Allah to answer you when you're continuing to sin over and over and you're displeasing Him? I'm not saying you have to be perfect in order to make dua. Nobody is perfect, but you should try your hardest to stay away from sins, especially major sins. In fact, there's a hadith where a man is in the desert, he's on a journey, and his food is haram, his clothing is haram, everything that's about him is haram. Then he calls upon Allah Azza wa Jal. He says, oh my Lord, how does that person accept Allah to answer their dua when they can't even please their Lord? So sins actually can stop your dua from being accepted. So you have to make a sacrifice. What are you willing to give up? Okay, so how can somebody make dua? Okay, first things first, sending salawat on the Prophet. Sending peace and blessings upon the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam can actually make your dua answered faster. And also calling upon Allah by His 99 names when you make dua according to what you want. So let's say I'm in need of provision. I know that Allah Azza wa Jal is the provider, so I can call upon Him by Razak. I can say, Ya Razak, you love to give, so give me this. Or Al-Kareem, you're the most generous. I'm in need of this, so please give me this. Calling upon Him by some of His 99 names. Also, waking up for tahajjud. Come on now, you guys. If you're not waking up for tahajjud, you really don't want something. Because that is when Allah extends His hands to us to make dua. He descends to the lowest level and asks who wants to be forgiven, so I'm going to forgive him. Who is calling upon Him so He may answer. And He wants something so that He may give it to him. But you're not waking up for tahajjud? How do you expect your dua to be accepted, to be answered? Come on now, you guys. Wake up for tahajjud. I'm telling you. There's so much benefits in waking up for tahajjud. All du'as get accepted. If not in this world, then the next. Or Allah will give you something better, as I already stated, because He's Al-Hakim, the All-Wise. As Muslims, we believe in Qadr. It's actually one of the 6 pillars of Iman. Qadr is divine decree. We believe that Allah planned everything out already. In fact, before Allah Azza wa Jal created anything, He had a pen, and He told the pen to write everything that's going to happen up until the Day of Judgment. However, dua can change Qadr, depending on what it is that you're asking for. Obviously, if you're asking for things that have already happened, you can't, then your dua is not going to be accepted. Like asking to be a boy instead of a girl, returning into your mother's womb. That's already happened. You can't ask for stuff like that. But asking for things that are possible, Allah Azza wa Jal can answer your dua, and your Qadr can be changed. That is all for this episode. I hope you guys benefited from it. Continue to make dua. Do not give up. Allah will answer you. He's Sami, the all-hearing, and He loves it when His servant makes dua. Assalamu Alaikum. I will see you guys in the next episode.